Good morning. I am Dr. R. Thillai Nayaki, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of History, Sri Sharada College for Women, Autonomous, Salem 16. Today our topic is Philosophy of the Indian Constitution. The philosophy of the Constitution were summed up by the Constituent Assembly in the objective resolution moved by Jawaharlal Nehru. This resolution was adopted by the Assembly on 22nd January 1945. The objective resolution consists the fundamental source of philosophy of the Indian Constitution. The philosophy of the Constitution included Preamble. The Preamble is a brief introduction to the Constitution and it gives summarized knowledge of the legislative intent and policy. A preamble is a brief form of ideas and belief which the Constitution wants to achieve. The Constitution of India consists sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic, assures its citizens justice, equality and liberty, and endeavors to promote fraternity. The preamble of the Constitution of India presents the principles of the Constitution and indicates the sources of its authority. It was adopted on 26th November 1949 by the Constituent Assembly and came into effect on 26th January 1950. It is celebrated as the Republic Day of India. The ideas of the Constitution. The four main ideals enshrined in the preamble are justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The preamble serves as the introduction to the Constitution. It contains the guiding principles on which the entire Constitution is based. The main objectives of the preamble. The main objectives of the preamble ensure the citizens of India are a sovereign, socialist, democratic, republic and secular country where everyone has to abide by a set of certain rules and regulations. It also ensures that everyone is entitled to justice, equality, liberty, dignity, and fraternity. Preamble. In the preamble, we can see we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic, and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Equality of status and opportunity, and to promote among the all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution. Sovereign of Indian Constitution. It is sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic with a parliamentary system of government. The republic is governed in terms of the Constitution of India, which was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 26th November 1949 and came into force on 26th January 1950. Sovereign country. India is a sovereign country. It means that India is a supreme power and no internal groups of the external authority could undermine the authority of the Indian government. As sovereign country, India is free from any kind of form of foreign interference in its democratic affairs. Sovereign means the independent authority of a state that it has the power to legislate on any subject and that it is not subject to the control of any other state or external power. Next, republic. The republic means the Indian Stream Assembly declared independence on July 9th, 1882 itself and produced a constitution. One of the drafters of the constitution was Luther Parker, who served as Justice of the Peace for the Republic form of a republic from 1882 to 1835. Republican form of government, the head of the state is elected and not a hereditary monarch. Thus, the word denotes a government where no one holds public power as a property right, as opposed to a monarchy in which the head of state is appointed on a hereditary basis for life or until abdication. A democratic republic is an entity in which the head of state is elected directly or indirectly for a fixed tenure. Thus, India has a president who is indirectly elected and has a fixed term of office. There is an absence of a privileged class, and all public offices are open to every citizen without discrimination. Democracy. Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, is said by Abraham Lincoln. He was the 16th President of the United States. In Lincoln's message, we can see the government is of the people, by the people, and for the people. Abraham Lincoln said, democracy is a rule of the people, for the people, and by the people. It means that democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. The citizens of the country elect the government to rule the country, and the elected government work for the welfare of the people. Political justice. Political justice means providing equal political rights to all without any discrimination, such as right to vote, right to contest elections. The Constitution ensures political justice. As started in the preamble, the Indian Constitution secures to all its citizens justice, which encompasses social, political, and economic justice. Political justice implies that all citizens should have equal political rights, equal access to all political offices, and equal voice in the government. The meaning of justice in politics. Political justice refer to the use of the judicial process for the process of gaining or upholding or enlarging or limiting or destroying political power or influence. It may accompany or confirm political or military action, or it may be a substitute for such action. The types of justice in India. Justice are present social justice, political justice, economic justice, and legal justice. Why is political justice very important? Justice is one of the most important moral values in the spheres of law and politics. Legal and political systems that maintain law and order are desirable, but they cannot accomplish either unless they also achieve justice. Democratic society. A democratic society is one that works towards the ideals of democracy, respect for individuals, and their right to make their own choices, tolerance of differences, and opposing ideas, equity valuing all people and supporting them to reach their full potential. Economic justice. Economic justice is a component of social justice and welfare economics. It is a set of moral and ethical principles for building economic institutions, where the ultimate goal is to create an opportunity for each person to establish a sufficient material foundation upon which to have a dignified, productive, and creative life. Example of economic justice. The main principles of economic justice include universal basic income, income equality by gender or and race, and equal opportunity for employment and credit. Economic justice in law. Justice in economics is subcategory of welfare economics. It is a set of moral and ethical principles for building economic institutions. Economic justice aims to create opportunities for every person to have a dignified, productive, and creative life that extends beyond simple economics. Social justice. Social justice means the abolition of all sorts of inequalities which may result from the inequalities of wealth, opportunity, status, race, religions, caste, title, and all. To achieve this ideal of social justice, the Constitution lays down the directive for the state in Part 4 of the Constitution. The five principles of social justice. Access to resource is the fundamental principles of social justice. Equality. It's easy to confuse the terms equality and equality, but those things which are equitable are not always equal. Diversity, participation, and human rights. The four types of social justice included the principles of social justice, equity, access, participation, and rights. Liberty, equality, fraternity. Liberty means freedom to individual to do he or she wants to do without harming others' liberty. Equality means an equal opportunity to all the citizens irrespective of their caste, religion, race, gender. Fraternity means an environment of brotherhood among the citizens of a nation. The meaning of socialist pattern of society. The phrase socialist pattern of society, according to the Planning Commission, means that the basic creation for determining the lines of advance must not be private proof but social gain, and that the pattern of development and the structure of socio-economic relations should be so planned that they result not. Socialist was added to the preamble of the Indian Constitution by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976 during the emergency period. It implies social and economic equality. Social equality in this context means the absence of discrimination on the grounds only of caste, color, creed, sex, religion, or language. Why is India called a socialist state? The word socialist was added to the preamble of the Indian Constitution by the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976 during the emergency. It implies social and economic equality. Social equality in this context means the absence of discrimination in all the levels. Amendment of the Preamble. The 42nd Amendment changed the description of India from a sovereign democratic republic to a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic, and also changed the words unity of the nation to unity and integrity of the nation. Why is India called a socialist state? The word socialist was added to the preamble of the Indian Constitution by the 42nd Amendment of the 1976 during the emergency. it implies social and economic equality. The word socialist was added to the preamble of the Indian Constitution by the 42nd Amendment Act 1976 during the emergency. It implies social and economic equality. Social equality in the context means the absence of discrimination on the grounds only all the discriminations. Is India a democratic democracy or socialist? India is a socialist. India is a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic with a parliamentary form of government which is fundamental in structure with unitary futures. India is a democracy country, though India became a free nation on August 15, 1947. It declared itself a sovereign, democratic, and republic state with the adoption of the constitution on January 26, 1950. The 42nd Amendment Act, also called the Constitution Act 1976, it will also define the relationship between the 42nd Amendment Act 1976 and the 44th Amendment Act 1978. The concept of individual dignity. At its most basic, the concept of human dignity is the belief that all people hold a special value that's tied so slowly to their humanity. It has nothing to do with their class, race, gender, religion, abilities, or any other factor other than them being human. Fundamental rights. Rights guaranteed to citizens: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Directive principles of state policy. Guiding principles for governance, promotion of social and economic welfare, protection of environment and wildlife, promotion of international peace and security. Democracy and rule of law, a system of government where power is vested in the people. Free and fair elections, representative government, protection of individual rights and freedoms, accountability of government to the people. Rule of law. Definition: a principle that all individual institutions and government officials are subject to the law. Supremacy of the Constitution, equality before the law, protection of individual rights and freedoms, independent justice. And the conclusion. The philosophy of the Indian Constitution is rooted in the principle of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. It reflects the country's commitment to democracy, secularism, and social justice. The Constitution emphasizes on fundamental rights, directive principles, and the rule of law ensures that power is distributed evenly and that the rights of all citizens are protected. As a living document, the Indian Constitution continues to evolve and adapt to the changing needs of society, serving as a beacon of hope and progress for its citizens. Thank you.